Today, we're diving into the ultimate formation that's dominating the game after the patch. If you're looking to control the pitch, lock down the defense, and create loads of chances, this formation is the key. I'm talking about the 4-2-3-1. But now you might be thinking, isn't this the same as the 4-2-1-3? Well, trust me, the build-up is a bit of a mix between 4-4-1-1 and the 4-2-1-3 formation that will take your game to the next level. Now, let's break it all down. So, in the background, we have the 4-2-3-1 formation, and this is my competitive team that I play in tournaments. First of all, the way you want to line up the 4-2-3-1 in terms of players is that you want to have very, very fast defenders, obviously. You want to have that on this game. If we're jumping into the CDMs, both of them has to have very good passing playstyles. So, if we look at, for example, De Jong's Winter Wildcard card, he has all the playstyles except for Whip Pass, but in gold, he has Tiki-Taka and Incisive. And if we look on the other hand, we have Lavia, the new Future Stars card, that manages to have the Incisive, golden pinged, and the long ball in white. If we're looking for the central player then, in terms of cam position, we need him to have at least the Incisive pass in either in gold or white. If we're looking for the wingers, we preferably want two players, a left mid and a right mid, that both have the Finesse Shot Plus playstyle. In this sequence, I have Vini, that manages to have the Finesse Shot Plus playstyle, and then Dennis Mann, the Team of the Year Evo, that I managed to do as well. The striker, you just need someone that's insanely fast, and in my case, I got very lucky and managed to get Kylian Mbappé on loan, so he is the main man up top. So, if we jump into the 4-2-3-1 formation, we start off with the goalkeeper. He will be on goalkeeper plus, because this is Buffon. The fullback will be on fullback balanced, for both fullbacks then. For the defenders, central defenders, we will have them both on Defender Plus, mainly because they have the role plus in these as well. If we're looking towards the CDMs, this is where it gets a bit more complicated than personal preference. If we look at De Jong first of all, he has holding in one, he has center half, wide half, deep line playmaker and holding. I will play both my midfielders on deep lying playmaker, because mainly I want them to be pushed up a bit more, so they are causing that attacking threat going forward. If we're looking for the wingers first of all, the left mid and the right midfielder, we start off with inside forward attack. Inside forward, in my opinion, the best role or the most important role on this game and the most obvious role, I would say as well. Inside forward is basically for all formations in this game. So Vini will be an inside forward, but the key is to have the focus on attack, which means that he is tucking in more and is a bit more central towards the pitch. And for the right side, we have exactly the same thing on Dennis Mann. For the cam, we're actually at the moment using Playmaker, and this is something that I've been experimenting a bit as well. If your cam manages to have Playmaker in plus, play him with Playmaker. If he doesn't have Playmaker, I would advise you guys to try out Shadow Striker. Shadow Striker, I would say, is a bit more like a 4-4-2-ish, because this cam is turning in more in towards a striker, even though he's still a bit behind the main man, which is going to be Mbappé up top. So either Shadow Striker or Playmaker. I prefer Playmaker if your cam has that in plus in terms of roles. And then if we jump into the striker, he will be on advanced forward and attack. Now, let's jump into some clips. So basically, starting in the 4-2-3-1, how you build up then. You basically want to use that kind of inside forward and try to trigger one of the fullbacks that have this creative run or offensive run going forward. When you go into this kind of sequence in the 4-2-3-1, it's super important to understand that if you play Playmaker on the cam, he will offer more support outside of the box. If we look at Pelé, who has number 4 here, he is the player outside of the box. The CDMs are a bit more pushed up, as you see, and the thing that I'm going to do with Pele is that I'm going to send De Jong manually by pressing L1 on my controller towards him, which you will see soon, which means that he is getting his high raised and he's moving forward. As you see now, he's getting the pass here, and here, when you get into the opponent's box, I would say the diagonal pass from the CEM or CDM, obviously, in this case, into the striker is going to be the best option. As you see, it's super hard to defend this, but you see Mbappé have plenty of space. I can even play Dennis Mann here if I want to, but this kind of diagonal pass, breaking his whole defensive line, both the midfield line and the defensive line, is causing a lot of trouble, and it's very hard to switch. So the thing I do, I take a touch, and I managed to find the back of the net in the 4-2-3-1 formation. Once again here in the background we have a pretty similar build-up. We try to push up the fullback, but the most important thing with the 4-2-3-1 is that you want to try to find your cam in build-up, because that cam will try to find these pockets of spaces. If you have Playmaker plus on your cam, I think in general he or she is getting into better positions to try to actually help the team to build up. As you see here, Pele in a perfect position. we managed to find him, and we have so much space here. Here again, we want to go across because we have plenty of spaces. We send Man going forward here, which means that he can take a touch forward. And from here is all about being patient, but also trying to find the timing. And sending runs is the key here. That's the key. The thing I'm going to do, I'm going to send Vini here. And you see Vini is running in behind. This pass with a player that doesn't have incisive is super, super hard. But the thing I do with Mbappé is I'm just waiting. Now he pushes up, then I find a perfect pass to Dennis Man, and I know as well, if you have a left-footed right midfielder, you want to often take the touch inside to be able to form that finesse shot into the far post. So after this, we take the touch onto his left foot, finesse shot into the back of the net, fantastic goal, and yeah, the 4-2-3-1 keeps on cooking. You might ask yourself as well, what's the difference between 4-4-1-1 and 4-2-3-1? The main thing is that the CDMs is dropping a bit more into your own box in defense, which basically causes you to sometimes actually have a 6 at the back line inside the box, which is obviously very, very hard to break down. So why I play at the moment 4-2-3-1 is that because I have a bit more of a defensive approach to the game. 4-4-1-1 might be a bit better going forward, but if we look at this clip in the background, you see that it's very, very compact in the middle. Lavia is basically inside his own box, and De Jong here, I'm trying to just put pressure. You see, he doesn't really have a lot of options. I think if he tries to pass this into his striker, which is Eden Hazard here, I just cover it with De Jong, and I'm able to start my counterattack from here. But once again, the most important thing here is that when he's turning back, is to try to manually grab Pelle, as I do now, back, and just try to make it as compact as possible. From here, he can't really do anything, and we're causing him to actually dribble, or me dribbling the ball out of play, but this is totally fine. Good defense, and then we try to basically do the same in his next attack. But the key in the 4-2-3-1, and why I love this formation, is because you have so many actually attacking options going forward. As you see here, when I try to bounce back this pass from Pele into Mbappé, I have Vini as well at the bottom here, but once Man comes back on side, I have 3 options that I'm able to pass on, so you can have a bit of a tiki-taka around the box, and I love when players are able to perform first-time passes to speed up the tempo, right? Once again here, first-time pass to Mbappé. If I drop this, I can play to Pele or I can play to Vini. I have 2 options, which in a lot of other formations you don't at the moment. So the thing I do kind of a... I don't know what that skill move is called, let me know down in the comments. But we find Vini, we take a very, very, very good touch around the defender, and we score. Once again, the 4-2-3-1 formation is at least my favorite formation, and then these tactics are working wonderful for me as well. Yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the channel if you're new around here. As we're on the road to 70,000 subscribers, I would appreciate that a lot. And also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you're not missing the upcoming video, which is going to be the main account Road to Glory. And then on Tuesday, we have another tutorial Tuesday for you guys. Thank you so much for today, boys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.